It's 100 degrees here in Memphis, but I still want to ride my motorcycle. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the things that I do to, as best I can, stay comfortable and protect myself from all of that heat. Before I get started, I want to recognize the sponsors for Riding and Wrenching, Wings Customs, who makes the biggest and fattest handlebars that you can find for your Harley Davidson motorcycle, all the cables and hydraulic lines, everything inside the bars. Nice clean install, nothing else like it on the market, so check them out. My other sponsor is Volunteer Audio. Volunteer Audio will install a premium sound system for your bike that's going to sound incredible, and you're going to absolutely love it. So check them out and let them know that you heard about it here on Riding and Wrenching. Let's get into it. My objective when I'm riding in hot weather is to try and keep the sun off of my skin. It avoids sunburn, and it helps manage your body temperature better by not getting your skin hot. Now, I'll tell you a funny story at the end about sunburn, so stick around for that. So let's start with my helmet. Now, I've mentioned in prior videos that my goal for the year is to wear a full face helmet more often because they're safer, but I found that they're also better for riding in hot weather, which seems counterintuitive, but they keep the sun off your skin. So I'll typically ride with the visor open like this so that I still get some airflow. Obviously, I still wear safety glasses, but this gives me a lot of protection, keeps the sun off me, and I get some airflow. But if I'm at an intersection or if the bike is stopped for some reason, then I just lift the visor completely, and this is my new riding stance, which helps to keep me relatively cool. The other thing that I can do is have a neck gaiter on. Now, at stops, you can dip this in water and then put it on to have a nice cooling effect. It won't last long, but it'll help for a little while. The next thing that I can show you is my mesh jacket from Beyond Riders. Now, Beyond Riders is a new sponsor for Riding and Wrenching, but I've been testing this product for the last couple of weeks, riding in 100-degree weather, and it's nice because it's mesh. Now, I personally got black because I'm in a motorcycle club, and black is the color we like to wear. But this mesh jacket is nice because you still get nice airflow through it. But in addition to having an attractive jacket that gives you airflow, it also has protection because there's protection for your elbows, your shoulders, as well as your back. And you can do all that and look good at the same time. Now, something that I did yesterday wearing my mesh jacket, I actually just poured water all over my shirt and then put this mesh jacket on top of it. And that helped it last a lot longer. So because riding on that 100-degree day, it's brutal no matter what you do. But for a good solid 30 minutes, that actually felt really good. Now, the other product that I have from Beyond Riders are these cargo pants. It's a lightweight pants. They're not mesh, but they do have protective lining on the inside. So the yellow part that you see here, that's a Kevlar. I don't know exactly what material that is, but I believe it's a Kevlar-like material, and it's put into places to protect you from a slide. And as luck would have it, I've already had a chance to test them out. Now, I didn't go down on my bike, but I did fall off of it. So I don't know if that's the same or not, but yeah, I fell off my bike. And I landed on my knee right here, and you can see a nice tear in the pants. And without some type of liner in here, that could have been my knee. And I'm fine. No scrapes, nothing, because there's this Kevlar lining underneath here that protected me from getting scratched. And so I'm very grateful for having those pants on. In terms of comfort, again, they're lightweight and they're loose fitting the way I like them to be, and so it made for a comfortable ride. Now, if you go to Beyond Riders' website, they do have other colors if you don't want to wear black, but I can tell you from my standpoint, these are actually really comfortable. Now, the next product is from Indie Ridge. Now, Indie Ridge sells these boots that are perforated. Now, you don't get the same airflow as a mesh jacket, but every little bit of airflow helps, and these boots are really comfortable. There's a lot of padding on the inside. It's a nice, comfortable fitting boot for me, and it's protective because it's not a steel toe, but it's a firm toe. Then you have protection for your heel as well as your ankles. But you can do all that and be a little bit more comfortable at the same time. Now, you don't want to wear these boots in the rain because your feet are going to get wet, but they are comfortable for riding on a hot day. The next thing I'm going to share with you is an insulated cup. Now, this is a Harley Davidson insulated cup. And I bought these straws with the rubber tip because I feel these are a little bit safer. You can buy these on Amazon. I'll provide an affiliate link for you. But these are fantastic for riding because you can put ice cold water in here and they'll stay nice and cold for hours. These things are amazing, and these will really help you out on that day because you want to stay hydrated. You want to keep drinking a lot of water. And this is definitely the way to do it. If you are off of your bike and you have to park your bike out in the sun for a while, there's no shade for you, you want to pick up one of these. This particular one is a Harley Davidson brand, but this is a half bike cover. And it's great for keeping the sun off of your seat and off of your handlebars and the hand controls, and keep your bike from being so freaking hot when you try to get back on and go for a ride. It's really easy to put them on or to install it. It takes about a minute once you get used to it. And taking it off is about another minute, then you can put it away, and it's freaking awesome. I absolutely love this thing, and during the hottest part of the summer, I travel with this on my bike all the time, and when I get off the bike, I just put it on. Now, obviously, parking in the shade would be easier and better unless there's a bird on top of you. Then it's not so much fun. Oh, I mentioned the cup, but I did not talk about a cup holder. So it's a good idea to have a cup holder on your bike as well. I have one on my handlebars on all of my bikes. It's a cup holder from Zero 3D. I'll provide an affiliate link where you can order that from Amazon and have it delivered in a couple of days. But that thing is amazing. It fits my cup really great. I've had people talk trash about me because I have a cup holder until they're riding with me and they're thirsty and I'm not. Now let's talk about bike maintenance. Bike maintenance is also very important during hot weather. It's important to make sure your bike has proper amount of oil. Personally, I prefer synthetic oil for my bike because synthetic oil can operate at a wider temperature band. It provides more lubricating properties when the bike is cold, but it also provides more lubricating properties when the bike is hot. And heat is one of the biggest enemies to your bike. And so having the proper amount of oil and having an oil that's designed for the type of weather you're going to ride in is very important. Next thing we want to talk about in terms of keeping your bike cool, if your bike has lower fairings, make sure that the fairing vents are open. Harley Davidson motors rely on good airflow to keep the engine cool. And when the bike is moving in good airflow, the bike can manage its temperature, but those fairings block the airflow on your motor. That's why they have those vents. So keep them open during hot weather. Now, the other thing you want to do is also check your coolant. So if you have an Ultra Limited or a Road Glide Limited or a CVO, your bike is water cooled. So check your coolant levels because you don't want to run low on coolant. Because some of those bikes, like my 18 Road Glide, does not have an oil cooler. So having that coolant is an important part of managing the temperature of the bike. So definitely check your coolant levels. The next thing I'll talk about is your tires. Heat is also a big enemy for your tires, and it's an awful environment for the tires because it's already hot. Moving tires makes the tire hot, and then it's on that hot pavement. That all creates a scenario where the pressure inside of your tire is going to go up. So make sure you check your tire pressure while the bike is cool or before you start riding. The last thing I'm going to share with you, I learned from a good friend of mine, BK here in Memphis. And BK suggested that we travel with a small umbrella in your bike. And that's important because if you break down and you don't have shade, that umbrella might be the only thing that you have. Now, you might be able to use your half bike cover for shade as well, but having a small umbrella in your travel pack is probably a good idea. So that's something else to think about. Now, sunburn. It's an interesting story I want to share with you about sunburn. I believed when I was younger that I could not be sunburned because of my dark skin. I was wrong, and I found out while I was in the Navy. We were in Hawaii for training, and a good friend of mine on the ship, who happened to be a white guy, we decided to go rent a car and go tour around Hawaii. Neither one of us had ever been there before, and we wanted to go have a good time. So we rented a convertible Mustang, I believe, and we're riding around. And then he starts putting on his suntan lotion. He's getting all lotioned up and covering himself up. And then he hands it to me. He said, "Here, put this on." And I looked at him and I told him, I'm like, "Dude, I've got God suntan lotion here. I don't need suntan lotion. I don't sunburn." And he's like, "You better put some suntan lotion on or you're going to regret it." I'm like, dude, I've been wearing suntan lotion my entire life. I don't need it. So we ride around in Hawaii all day in that bright sun. And I was fine. I was doing fine all day. We get back to the ship, and I started feeling a little bit funny. I went to bed, and I woke up the next morning in pain. I'm like, what the hell is this feeling? Why does my skin feel like this? I was hurting all over. And so I got dressed. The clothes hurt. I was in rough shape. And my buddy walks up to me and slaps me right on the back. And he says, how's that God suntan lotion doing for you today? So I learned an important lesson that day that I can, in fact, get sunburn. It might take a little bit more, but I'll sunburn eventually. So that's why it's so important. It doesn't matter what skin tone you have to protect your skin, especially on these hot days when we're out there in that sun all day long. Keep the sun off your skin, and it's probably a good idea to put some suntan lotion on those parts of your body that are going to be exposed anyway, no matter what you do. So protect yourself. Have a good time riding out there. This is Q. I'm riding, I'm wrenching, and I am out.
Hey y'all, this is Everyday Faye.
And this is Landshark Chronicles, and we are on the biggest little YouTube channel on the whole entire interweb.